In realizing the dream of all Sri Lankans, that is to make Sri Lanka a developed nation, digitalization is going to play a major role. SLT-MOBITEL has clearly understood this. We are moving from telco to techco, where SLT-MOBITEL will be able to assist the government of Sri Lanka in realizing the digitalization goals. First, we have to understand what do we really expect from digitalization. One of the first things would be to make it paperless. Of course, when we think of paperless, we don't need to mention the advantages, starting from the environmental advantages. And secondly, we have to make the processes faster so that citizens can get things done faster and better. And when we think of faster processes, SLT-MOBITEL is able to provide faster speeds to all corners of Sri Lanka, where all processes can be conveniently and efficiently handled. At the same time, in any digitalization project, we have to ensure the citizen convenience. We have to think of citizen-centric way and design the digitalization journey in an effective manner. So if we think of implementation, Pushpa, that is your idea.
The most important thing in implementation is to have a good conceptual design. Within the design, we have to think on a good policy framework. In the policy framework, from the beginning to end, what are the factors to be added and what are the players, what are the stakeholders are added. This needs to be thoroughly analyzed. According to the Sri Lankan law and sometimes international law, these aspects should be considered in our conceptual design as well. And most importantly, we have to have good teams. SLT-MOBITEL is having good expertise in these kind of designs as well as implementation. So these are the most critical facts in implementation. And the next phase is the adoption by the government. So Thilak, what do you think on this?
Exactly, Pushpa. Although we have the best digital solutions, adoption plays a key role. It should be adopted by the government itself, the employees of the government, as well as it should be adopted by the citizens of Sri Lanka. Unless the adaptation is properly planned, of course, any digitalization or software project is going to fail. Therefore, it's very important to make sure the adaptation takes place on proper time frames. Incentivizing and also awareness are going to play key roles. And at the same time, in this kind of a solution, where all the information and all procedures are digitalized, there are certain other aspects which we have to look into. For example, the security. What do you think, Pushpa?
Yeah, nowadays security is also another critical aspect in all the software and digitalization designs. The most important factors are confidentiality, integrity and availability. So we should think on these things specifically. Especially after the COVID-19 outbreak, there are so many adaptations for digitalization around the globe. So the hackers and all the people who take unnecessary advantages are aware on these loopholes. So we have to think seriously on this. First thing is the physical security. So your data should be placed in a place where the critical security measures are adopted. For an example, SLT-MOBITEL Tier 3 data center is having good physical security. The second thing is cyber security. There are so many application level issues and there are so many application level loopholes as well as network level, and there are some other aspects as well. Then the backups. Backups are at most important. We have to back up our data frequently in an efficient and effective methods. Sometimes the backup can be taken daily, weekly or monthly. Sometimes we have to adhere to the government policies. Sometimes we have to keep that for 5 to 10 years as well. The next thing is we need to think about the disaster recovery plan as well. Your business or your organization is very critical to us and to the public. Sometimes if it is not available for days, then it will be a big problem. So we have to think about disaster recovery plan as well. So those are the most important factors in security aspect.
Considering all these aspects and also seeing the keenness of the people of Sri Lanka as well as the government of Sri Lanka to digitalize the government procedures and processes and to realize e-government practices, SLT-MOBITEL is there to assist throughout the way, both on providing connectivity, secure connectivity, and also on providing data security aspects, and in addition the cyber security aspects.